I noticed that the Prime Minister very thoughtfully ahead of the election gave quite a few government workers the day off on Thursday, which of course they added to their Friday day off, which was a public holiday, the Easter weekend. And then it's not actually an official public holiday today, is it? But lots of Portuguese people might be taking the Monday off as leave to have a nice extended Easter holiday. Is that right?
Well, actually, the tradition that the cross goes to people's homes and whatever.
Yes.
Many homes have that happen on Monday, so it's actually Sunday and Monday. So yeah, today we're going to be on like a family crawl, I guess. It's not a bar crawl, but you're going to do a family home crawl of sorts, going to places, eating the leftovers, and see what goes from there.
Eating the leftovers. Okay. Sarah, this is an interesting comment. I told my Portuguese only priest once that I liked reading Psalms the best because there are fewer weird names. Bingo. I now have to read the Psalm every week. How lovely. That's another way of practicing language and immersing yourself in the culture. Excruciating at first, but better now. So presumably a high point in your church calendar this Easter weekend as well. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. Okay, so Grandma's house then. So this is what you appear to do over the weekend. That is an awesome spread, Vitor. Can you talk about it from left to right? Do I see painted eggs in the bottom left?
Yes, you do. And in fact, we actually learned something on Saturday, because on Saturday we had this group. So we're now doing once a month at the local co-working space. We have a partnership with them that we gather Portuguese people and English people, and we do a sort of language exchange. Maria prepares a presentation, and we talk about subjects.
Yeah.
And one of the guys there is a Russian Canadian, and he was talking about how it's a tradition in Russia to actually boil eggs with red onions. That gives them that like reddish, bluish color, right? So yeah, I don't know if I can point the mouse, but whatever. So you have the eggs on the bottom left, right?
Mm-hmm.
On top of that is queijadinhas. So they're kind of like these chewy, soft, almost gooey, like things that are really, really good. I don't know how to describe them much better than that. They're really delicious.
Yeah,
I don't remember the ingredients.
That's a sweet, right? Not a savory.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yes, like the whole thing. You pick it up, and it's like slightly sticky and moist. And it's also a bit floppy, so you have to kind of grab it and turn it, but it's very good. To the right of that is panados, which is breaded chicken.
Love that. Absolutely love that. Yeah. Yeah.
Then a fruitcake on top, pretty common stuff. Then that other plate below the cake, that is an assortment of fried stuff. You probably see those everywhere, soy and all that.
Assortment of fried stuff. I love it.
Yes.
Then to the right you have
anything fried.
Then to the right you have a charcuterie board.
Yeah.
Of course. On top of that, apple pie. More of the same stuff. Then on the top, you have a bunch of random like sweets from a pastry shop. And then that big square thing on the right that looks like a pile of yellow napkins, that is called apparently ambrosia. It's like phyllo pastry. It's like very crumbly all the way through, and then you have layers of cream.
Stop it.
So yeah, I think that's about everything. Oh, and then that yellow thing to the right of the flowers in the center, that's like a tronco, which is like a rolled cake with cream inside. Also pretty good. And then of course on the top right of the table you have pão de ló.
Yes.
Which is usually the most traditional Easter thing. If anybody hasn't tried yet to eat a slice of that with a slice of cheese, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Let me put it that way.
Yes. Okay. The pão de ló is interesting, isn't it? Because if you're an English-speaking marketer, you might say Christ is risen, but not the cake, because it is noticeably. It seems like it hasn't been cooked, doesn't it? It's almost like the raw ingredients are barely cooked.
That's pão de ló?
Yeah, or is that one in your part of the country very well cooked?
No, that one is good. Like it just doesn't look like it's from here, but it's about this tall.
Okay, so that's a very cooked one. You
So
see, my
it's
neighbors.
like it's cooked in a pot that's like shaped like this,
Oh, with the spout in the middle, yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
then it has a thing in the middle,
Yes.
and it's wrapped in paper all around, so the paper doesn't let you see the depth.
Yeah, my neighbors gave us a pau de lo. We live in Alfezaral, which is thought to be one of the the epicenters of pau de lo production, and I'm sure it is. I'm not doubting that. But typically in Portugal, other areas of cities and towns and regions will claim the same thing, and there'll be a great rivalry. So there's a very special pau de lo, a local speciality, and they gave it to us. I think maybe it was Easter, as you say, traditional. It might have been Christmas time. And with a smile on their face. And sometimes, when a Portuguese person is passing you some food with a smile on their face, it's because they know you're going to have a slight, it's going to be an interesting reaction. And the pau de lo from Alfezaral is really, it just seems uncooked. And that's why they were laughing, because it is like eating the sort of, like when in the kitchen, your mum's making a cake or whatever, and she lets you clean out the bowl and the spoon. It's got that sort of vibe to it.
Wait. You mean that it's like yellow? The
Yes.
Sprite yellow that's like runny?
Yes.
Oh, that's pão de ló de ovar. So that's a pão de ló, but it has a creamy filled middle.
Yes.
That thing is dangerous. You should not put that thing down.
Because what? Because it is uncooked.
No, I don't think it is uncooked, but it is a different version of the cake.
Very good. Okay.
But yeah, this one is like you take a slice. The slice is like this tall,
Yes.
and it's cooked throughout. It's dry. That's also why it goes great with cheese.
Thank you for that health and safety warning. Yeah, never would have thought to have that with cheese. And the flowers are significant, are they not? The peace lily, of course, is an emblem, a totem that might be given. Not sure on that one. Okay, let's move on then. Okay, thank you. In the last couple of minutes,
he was the emoji model for that one, by the way.
Yes, he was. That was perfectly done, Vitor.
I'm planning on making a bunch of pictures, in different poses and whatever.
Please, yeah, send those through.
Media posts.
We'll use those, and everyone else can. Some stickers for the phone of Vitor Costa.
You could take them right off the emoji choices.
Yeah,
just make them yourself.
Vitor's emoji pack. We definitely would want to share that with people.
There you go.
$5.99 per month. Whoever wants it.
You see, ever the entrepreneur. On that note, what's going on at Portugal Door? I'm presuming getting more calls. Anyone who's in the business of helping people relocate and buy property in Portugal is getting more action, I think, on the phone from people around the world wanting to move here. How's that going for you?
Yeah, I did notice, especially starting on January, I started getting a lot more activity. Which is nice because now we can afford about half of our expenses per month. So jokes aside, we've been developing a lot, the last few weeks. I felt like we've been having more clients, but I still feel like we have more free time than I would like, if that makes sense to you. But been planning on restructuring like a business and the plans, and I'm going to be focusing a bit more on, now that I have a kind of a system already in place for my current clients and people that I'm helping, developing more of a system to get the word out more, like to reach out more, to help people more, make more social media content. Because at the end of the day, one thing I really want to know is to even the playing field for people who are looking to buy here in Portugal or rent here in Portugal. And, I'm just going to help people make posts that are valuable. And then if someone decides that they want my help to do it, they'll reach out. If not, I at least want people who want to do it on their own to have a better chance, to understand better what to expect. A good example is I made a post on text the other day warning people who wanted to buy property here in Portugal, two main things. So the first one is, if you're going to buy a property, and if you're going to pay cash, especially, you need to know that when it's time to close on the deed, you need to pay taxes on top of the asking price. So if a property is like 300,000, you may have to pay like 15,000 or whatever extra in taxes at the time of closing to the government. So you can't delay that payment there, right?
Yeah.
And another example is that if you're going to get a mortgage, it's important to get pre-qualified first, because the way the financial system works in Portugal is very different from other countries. Let's say the US, where you have credit scores and whatever. We don't use credit scores here. And one time I had a lady that reached out to me seeing if I could help her, because I am a promoter at Novo Banco. Not that that means much, but it's there. Where she had signed a few buying contracts, like for some properties in Lisbon, I think. And she wasn't being able to get approved, because in the US, she had a company, she was getting paid, she had good money, she had a good income, but she had a loan on her mom's name, and her mom was paying it every single time with no defaults for like years. But because the bank here in Portugal considers that to be her fiscal burden, her debt to income ratio was way too high, she couldn't get approved. So I want to push more things like that, and also I keep making connections. I'll be happy to say as well that we've been working more and more also with Heather Binder.
Great.
She's been sending us some referrals. We've been working a bit more proactively together, and this is the kind of stuff that I love, like meeting people who are in similar businesses, and we cooperate, synergize, and make sure that we can all come together to help more people.
Love it.
Instead of what you see a lot, which is, no, the clients are all mine, I just want the money all for myself, right?
Yeah.
So meeting great people, doing new things. We're getting a few new business cards designed that are going to be really fun. So we're excited about it, but we need to make more money in the next 2-3 months, because Maria is going to be out of service for a few months after that.
Oh, okay. A parabéns is in order then. Fantastic. Oh, well done, you two. How did that happen? You don't have to answer that.
Yes. There you go.
Please, come on.
So pleased. So pleased.
You see, when a man and a woman like each other very much.
That's
there are some bees and birds. I don't know.
And it's springtime, isn't it? Perfect timing, Vitor. Oh, how lovely. Thank you. I had no idea. Thank you for sharing that news with us. And yes, what a wonderful idea to help support this wonderful family, the Costa family, and their new arrival to be just announced here on the Good Morning Portugal show. So congratulations to the family. And that's wonderful. Love to Maria. And you know where he is if you want to get some help from him with the kind of, the long grass that there can be, portugaldoor.com. And well done on those collaborations. Absolutely. Let's see more of that. Absolutely wonderful to see. Cheers, Vitor. Cheers, James. Bird of the week is the, let's go back to one more time to, no, that's last week's. This week's is, there he is, the Rabe Rivo, the wonderful bird song. Okay, and we learned a little bit about the language through that as well. So it's a wonderful feature. Thank you very much for that, James. Both of you have a great week.
Probably a Jewish leader that had red hair could be a Rabbi Ruivu as well.
The Rabbi Revo. Very good. Okay, on that note.
And I just want to say I vouch for Vitor's service. Having used it, he's a great guy to work with and gets the job done. So
Forgot about that. Yes, there you go. And may you, the old Portuguese saying, may you find a boiled egg in your falar as a thought for the day. Have a lovely week. Cheers, Vitor. Cheers, James. Thank you, everybody. Take care and bye for now. Ciao.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready, Carl.